Hello Virgo, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Virgo for the week of August 15th. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Let's go and see what we have here for you, Virgo. Now I am using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, the Rider-Waite Tarot, as well as the Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. Also, just fair warning, the scammers are back. So I do not do personal readings. I will not send you a message. Do not get scammed. All right, let's go ahead and make sure we're all set up here and in view, and then we'll get right into it. All right. Alrighty. I think that looks just about good enough to me. Let's go ahead and take 3 of these oracle cards here. And all right. Energy on the bottom, you have the 4 of Swords. So 4 of Swords is really a card that indicates recovery, rest, rejuvenation. You can actually even see that this person is in a state of prayer here. They are kind of communing with the universe, God, whatever you believe in. Or don't believe in. They are, you could also say, so if you're just like not somebody who believes in the universe, God, or anything, maybe they're meditating, right? They're meditating. And so the point with this card is it's possible that some of you have in the past year gone through heartbreak, because you can see the 3 of Swords card on the banner above this person. And I believe, yeah, we do have the 3 of Swords card here. But this shows that you can successfully heal, as this person is doing, from the heartbreak. And so whatever happened here in the past, it looks like some of you here are spending some conscious time figuring out how you can find healing from that situation and around that situation here, with the 4 of Swords on the bottom as well as that 3 of Swords showing up. So definitely obviously don't like to see that you've had heartbreak in the past, but I definitely do like to see that you are coming to a place of healing and understanding as it relates to that area. So let's go ahead and get some more details here. So in the overall situation, you have the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords is about potentially kind of needing to find a solution to a problem. This person is restricted in their thought process. They're kind of, they're in this blindfold energy. They're having a hard time seeing the solution, but the 8 of Swords says that there is a solution right in front of you. It's just that for whatever reason, in this case, your thought process here, the blindfold is actually a metaphor for your maybe racing thoughts or excessive thinking, or maybe even some type of anxiety getting in the way for you, getting in the way of you finding and actually seeing the solution. And so it doesn't mean that it's not there. It just means that right now, for some reason, there is a swords-based situation that's causing you to miss out on the solution. So what is a swords-based situation? Well, that is something related to your thought process, your communication, and I think like maybe fears, anxieties, all of those sorts of things show up with the Swords cards. And so, yeah, it's this idea of like maybe needing to get yourself out of this sort of thought imprisonment that you've put yourself in. As you can see, this person is surrounded by thoughts or swords here. So for some of you, this might look like you forgiving yourself, okay? Some of you may, oops, sorry for bumping the camera there. The solution to this problem may look like you forgiving yourself, especially because we're talking about heartbreak here, where it's like maybe, you know, you need to separate yourself from what another person did. And that could certainly be showing up, but let's go ahead and dive into this some more. So in the past, you have the Emperor, you have the Devil card, and you have the 4 of Cups. Somebody was bored here in the past, all right, since I'll try to bring in messages for a career as well, but this is definitely, there are definitely some love messages showing up here, but somebody here was bored. The 4 of Cups and the Devil card is certainly a challenging combination. All right, so the Devil card can be somebody who is quite literally just simply a toxic person. So this could be somebody who is a liar, cheater, stealer, as we like to say in these tarot readings, right? If you do research on sort of toxicity in tarot, like some of the meanings of toxic cards, you'll hear liar, cheater, stealer, like online, and that certainly could be the case here, and that's definitely one of the kind of definitions that comes in when you look at the Devil card. And the thing is, if that's kind of not the way that they were, what could have happened is they could have just been simply bored. You can see this person's in a state of boredom and apathy, and their boredom has led them to do something toxic, such as cheat. So this is certainly possible that some of you may have dealt with somebody who cheated on you. Some of you may be kind of picking up the pieces in the current situation and trying to figure out like how to heal through that situation. You do have this paired here with the Emperor. The Emperor is somebody who can be, the Emperor is actually a really positive omen of success in business. However, we have to take all of these cards into consideration. And when it's paired with something like the Devil, this could be somebody who's a control freak. Okay, this is somebody who is maybe who maybe abuses power as well. The Devil can talk about power issues around power and control, and the Emperor is somebody who is powerful. And so, when you put those together, it could be somebody who abuses power. You also could say that the Emperor is somebody who's extremely strict. And I do feel like maybe some of you have dealt with a strict person. You maybe even just felt constrained or restricted in a relationship or a situation, and you could be just dealing with heartbreak around those areas. Now, the other thing here is in your business life, if this is not about relationships, some of you could be dealing with a challenging boss, okay? Somebody who is maybe, trying to micromanage all over the place. And then you could also, some of you, quite honestly, you may just be bored with your situation, and there may be like a feeling of needing to get out of your situation. In the current situation, you have the Three of Swords, you have the Eight of Swords, and you have the King of Wands. So there's definitely something available here for you. There's the key that unlocks the door to your happiness is available, is the way that I will put it. It's just right now you can't see the key. Okay, the key here for you is the King of Wands. This is the key to unlock the door to your happiness. Okay, the King of Wands is somebody who loves their work. Okay, this is not somebody who's in the Devil, Emperor, Four of Cups energy, because the King of Wands, if they're bored in a situation, if they are working under a micromanager, they'll leave. Okay, they will leave their situation and they will find a job that is better suited to their talents, their skills, to their time, to their energy, to their resources. That's what the King of Wands does. And the King of Wands is so talented that they will always have an opportunity in their back pocket. Okay, they can always dust off that resume, put in applications, and find a job somewhere. And the other thing is the King of Wands may be somebody who's like a entrepreneur as well in the tarot. Definitely entrepreneurial energy with the King of Wands. And so right now you're looking for the solution. The Three of Swords represents heartbreak. We've talked about how there's this Four of Swords card. So again, the healing that you need is available to you. So that's from like the business end of things. In the relationship end of things, I think some of you were dealing with a gaslighter. I don't use that very often. I may have even said that to you in another reading, and I even remember saying like, this isn't something that I say very often, which is not. I don't bring in like that term very frequently, but there's something about your speech and your thought process here that feels disrupted or restricted or constricted in some ways. And this was heartbreaking to you. And I think some of you are almost like maybe even trying to create an exit strategy or an exit plan here with the Eight of Swords, Three of Swords, to get away from whatever's going on here with this, the Devil, the Emperor, and the Four of Cups energy. In the future, you have the Moon, the Star, and the Page of Wands. So you will get, your situation here in the future will turn around. The Star is number 17, the Moon is number 18. That situation is progressing. But more importantly, the Moon, it does represent an emotionally charged situation. So I do have to say that there could be some emotions on high here in the future, especially because the Moon is next to the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords is about potentially an outpouring of emotions. And yeah, so that there could be an emotionally charged situation that shows up here in the future, but it could be a situation where you need to release your emotions. Okay, there's something that needs to be released here, and there's something where there's like a real needing for you to sort of move on from something. And so it may not feel good in the moment, but it does maybe feel like it could take you to a much better place. The other thing is, not only with the moon represents a temporary situation, okay? It also represents something that comes and goes. And so whatever's going on here right now with this person, it will kind of wash away or move out of your life, especially as you have the Four of Swords indicating healing. You then have the Star, which is one of my favorite cards in a tarot reading to find. The Star represents healing. So you have two major cards of healing here with the Star and the Four of Swords, but also represents hope, optimism for the future, a wish granted to you. And then the Page of Wands as well, which is about potentially an offer or opportunity that really helps you out in your life. It says the Page of Wands can also bring about good news. It is a big card associated with job offers and job opportunities, especially as it's next to the King of Wands. Wands is the suit of work, career, enterprise. So, for your business situation, the business situation here looks a little bit more promising, to be completely honest with you, than the other situation, because it's almost like you could easily get yourself out of that. The love situation, it does seem like there are some struggles here, but ultimately there is also a message of healing that is kind of coming forward with that, as well as you have the Star and the Four of Swords. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at these oracle cards and start to clarify some more. But if you're enjoying this video so far, please do hit that like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. All right, so you have charity, prayer, and contemplation. Connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. You have green Terra, supreme protection. You are protected, cords are being cut, move beyond limitation and trust. And then you have Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace, share gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. So this green tarot card, I definitely think this is the most important card here for you. I love that you got this message of protection here, especially because we're talking about something that may be a little bit challenging. Some of you may want to do a cord cutting, some sort of cord cutting technique, which you can look online and you can find out how to do this. My warning, as always, with cord cutting is to just be very careful, because it's very real. Like, cord cutting works, okay? And so if you're not ready to let go of something, don't do a cord cutting ritual, because it does work. But if you are, it can be very good. And then there's this maybe message of you connecting with the universe or heaven or whatever you believe in here, with this Four of Swords energy of being in prayer, and then the charity card as well. So yeah, I definitely like to see, though, that you are protected here in this reading. So let's go ahead and let's get some more tarot cards. So you have the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Swords, you have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Magician, wow, and the Ace of Swords. So you have 3 of 4 possible aces showing up here from this clarification deck. So 3 or more aces is a massive new beginning. Okay, powerful, powerful, powerful new beginning. And I do have to say, I'm not surprised to see the Seven of Swords, unfortunately, because the Seven of Swords does represent cheating, potentially backstabbing. I definitely feel like you definitely have a combination that I don't love to see, which is the Devil, the Three of Swords, and the Seven of Swords, because that can represent quite literally separation because of cheating. I do think that somebody was quite literally bored and they cheated. I also think that either you or the other person is married to their career or married to their work, and quite literally one or both of you are just bored in that situation. Eight of Pentacles can indicate somebody who's married to their career in a love situation, and this causes strain on a relationship potentially, where it's like maybe somebody's not getting the attention they deserve. This could all certainly be the case. And some of you just want something new in love, okay? So it does feel like a pretty challenging situation that you're dealing with, but I also feel like on the other end of this, we have 2 additional aces here, not only from this Ace of Cups, but also Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords. This may be the sort of tower moment, if you will, that takes you to a new place that you've been looking for, or maybe you didn't even know you needed or wanted, and now here it is. The Ace of Wands talks about passion projects. It talks about passionate new beginnings, physically starting something. The Ace of Swords is about some sort of new beginning that leads to success, or success that leads to a new beginning. And then you have the Magician as well, which represents some type of manifestation in your life and really taking action on a manifestation. And then the other thing here with the Seven of Swords, this can represent you needing to build a game plan or build a strategy or find an exit. Like I said, find the backdoor exit here, which I think some of you are building an exit strategy specifically I think for both relationship and career. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next reading.